So many of us had doubts today. I mean, we had about the session. So I've invited Jayashree to take us through. But meanwhile, till she's joining, do we want to start reading and then again trying to understand and getting a picture from her? You can unmute yourselves and let us know. What do you think about it? Because this is and Nitya said it's one of the trickiest chapters in the book. So when I messaged him yesterday, he said that are the seniors there to help you? So I said, I've already asked this question. And he's like, okay, so let them guide. If not, I will be there. So I've sent him the link also. So in case he deems fit, he will join us to explain to us. But he said that people did have this block in the first session. So I'll exchange some messages of Prithvi, which I had last evening with her. So Prithvi says that week 11, trust your feelings, act on them. Your creating formula is enlivening and empowering your heart. This is connecting to God's thought, which is all knowledge. Its inputs will be in the feelings of heart. So sometimes they are saying that she's saying it gets a very intense in the chapter and it does take time. Cues don't come up until the last of the week. Sometimes it's good to repeat this week also. So, anybody, any thoughts on this?
Jayashree just joined. I saw her joining.
Yeah. So, Jayashree ji, it'll be lovely to hear your perspective because all of us are newbies in this journey of Unified and we were kind of lost. So, if you can just take us through. And if you can see you, it'll even help us or we can hear you, whatever works for you.
You want me to read it or share?
Yeah, share first, please, if that's possible.
Yes. So in this one, they talk about moving from the head to the heart. So that's wait 1 minute. So it's like we use this brain of ours to keep thinking all the time. So it's like the left brain and the right. At least I understood it like this: the left brain and the right brain. The right brain is more the creative mind. We connect to the higher of ourselves. So it's activating that part of us, and uh, so it's moving to the heart. So that's what this thing was all about. And so for me, how it was tuning into myself and connecting to it. So basically, I used to really think from the heart, like connect to my heart and then ask questions. And then when you feel somewhere deep down, you have this intuition. We all don't connect to our intuition. We are more connected to the brain and thinking what others have told us and these ideas. So if you connect to yourself more, somewhere that intuition you bring in more. And that's the thought from, that's like, it's from the deep down, from the heart. I mean, for me, it was like that. So it's like, I get up, I have this exercise which I do, like getting up and writing my morning pages. So that's where, I really got into this thing of connecting more to my deeper and higher self. Like initially, it would be just ranting, writing what's coming in my mind. And slowly, it was more like, connecting to the deeper self, asking questions, and then waiting for that answer to come, where it is from the higher self.
To do with the Artist's Way by Julia Cameron.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So we also have a book reading session where we read once in a week. We meet.
Okay.
So I've been doing this from lockdown time. So it was continuous, like writing it every day. So
Right.
that all these little exercises help us to connect more to the heart, and
Absolutely.
we move from the small brain of ours and allow us to go to our deeper self. So it's
Right.
a process. No? It doesn't happen just overnight. When you keep doing it slowly, you yourself will realize that these answers are coming from your higher self, somewhere deeper within ourselves. That intuition, what we talk about, na, that is it. So for me, of course, it has been a slow journey, not that it happened overnight. But definitely when we do some work on ourselves, we reach there.
So I was a little confused, Yashvi, about this entire thing of them saying that, turn your head from left to right thrice, and then again do it as if you're on a pivot. So I didn't get that bit very clearly. What does that mean?
So here, where is that? Let me just.
Page number 60, I think.
Yes. So the second and very other week is to hire self for an yes or no. So here I would say, when I read the book, of course, this is what even I could just ask those questions and wait for an answer deep down. So you have to do it yourself. That's what I felt. So, like, you do get, like, supposing, like, you want to do something and you're confused. Instead of going around asking people, you just sit with the question and ask yourself. Then somewhere you do get that signal from deep within. It can be any kind of signal. Here he is saying that you do it, you shake your head, because we are not used to it at all.
Right.
So here the author is telling to it because it's the easier way, because we all have got used to shaking our head, yes or no. So here he is telling consciously for yes or no signal. So somewhere you do feel that head, moving.
Okay.
Uh, so so that, of course, you have to do it. So now I
Yesterday,
read the.
meditation we tried, but like I couldn't understand the second part. Sit easily with your head as though it were sitting on a pivot. Don't resist any movement. Let it gently swing on the left and then back to the point of beginning. So
Yes.
I could not get any signal because when you say are you connecting with your higher self? There is signal. My left hand starts pulsating, and I know that my higher self is telling me. If I have an uninvited influence, my right side of my calf starts twitching, and I know there's an uninvited influence on me. But this signal, I couldn't understand. How do I get the signal? Because what is the procedure? Turning my head from left to right, I was kind of lost. So I thought, let me ask you all, seniors.
So actually, even for me, this head signal I am not getting. But somewhere he says also, towards the page, some signal you will get, and let it be a gentle swing to the left and back. So initially, probably you can do these actions, and slowly, somewhere you get some kind of
So
signals. Is what my own personal experience, Prachi, because when I read, of course, we read it many months back, isn't it? But definitely you get a signal. I won't say it's a head movement, but as he says, you start with doing that, like, moving your head, ask some question, and you wait for that answer. Then there are times when your head moves slightly, giving you a signal that this is no or an S. So you need to get into that space of, that centeredness, and allowing yourself to go deeper within yourself in that meditative space. Then you do get this thing of your head moving.
okay. So I think the best is let's all just do it as a flow. Let's see how it
Yes.
unfolds for all of us. It's just today's
And as
day.
he says, and live in from your heart. So
Yeah.
not to use this small little brain of us,
Yeah.
intellectually understanding everything. There is, the intellect is a small part of you. It is your head. While your connection to all intelligence is in your heart.
Right.
So you really need to go to that space. That's what we need to do.
Perfect. So let's start. Anybody wishes to read? Jayashree or anybody? I mean, you want to start?
Prachi, do you want me to read?
Yes, Anjuji, that'll be lovely. Please.
Thank you. 11th week, enlivening the heart. God knows everything, every law of God,
Clearly,
which created everything.
Anjuji, we
The
can't.
I'll just put my volume up. Can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Okay. God knows everything. Every law of nature is part of that thought of God, which created everything. The interaction of molecules, the seasons, the states of physical matter, the spiritual worlds, gravity, and time, the nature of love, the purpose of mankind, the balance of nature, galaxies, and on and on. God knows it all. He knows it consciously. That is, it is His thought that contains all knowledge. By now, you know the logical extension of God's omniscience. You also know everything. You are that one and same thought. Everything in that thought is there for you to know and think. You only need to tune into that thought and ask whatever you want to know. How silly it is, then, that you make mistakes. How silly it is to wonder what course of action is in your wisest interest. The answers are all there. There's no need to guess or fumble. Suffering of any kind arises only when you aren't tapped into that knowledge. Suffering results from mistakes, and mistakes are not taking and using the knowledge that is yours. You miss the take, mistakes. Now, there is no excuse for errors or suffering or simply not living your life to the fullest. You know your origin and you know you share in God's all knowingness. Furthermore, now you're in tune with your higher self and that source of all knowledge. With such awareness, every impulse of yours is naturally correct and perfect to bring you experiences filled with all of God qualities. You may not intellectually understand everything there is to know. The intellect is such a small part of you, it is in your head, while the connection to all intelligence is in your heart. In your heart, you know what you're doing is right, even though your intellect may not understand and may even argue against it. The intellect is limited to the sum total of your experiences since you separated from your higher self. The intellect assumes that you are a separate and lone being. That's fantasy. What your head can tell you is based on a fantasy. The heart doesn't deal in fantasy. It is your connection to your whole self, to all intelligence, and to all truth. It leads you to right action, to fulfillment, to success, and back to wholeness. That's why the emphasis this week is on enlivening your heart. The first day this week, you are to write out a creating formula to do just that. The claim section is simply claim now that I enliven and empower my heart to bring me my all knowing intelligence. Use your quiet period today to discover what thoughts you have that inhibit your heart from opening up to all knowledge. Deal with those thoughts in the fourth section of the formula. After you have written out your creating formula for your heart, become comfortable and familiar with each section. You want to repeat it easily without the paper at least once each day this week. Remember to be centered in your heart when you say or think the formula. Feel the truth as you think each section. The second and every other day this week is your time now to practice a new tool for tapping into that all knowing intelligence. This new tool is a kinetic signal from your higher self for a yes and a no. Actually, you may already have such a signal. A chill up the spine when you're about to say or do something evil or inappropriate is common. Some people experience sweaty palms or a twitch someplace. These should be various forms of signals from your higher self. You may not remember any now, but as you become more familiar with signals, some will dawn on you. You are in charge of what signals you want. Always remember that. You are not a victim to any particular signal. If you feel it is too obvious to anyone watching, or if it hurts, or if you just don't like it, you can tell your higher self to give you a new one. This is true with all signals, even the main signal from your higher self, as well as the new yes and no signals you will learn this week. Now sit comfortably with your head and spine very vertical. Settle down with your attention in your heart. Get your higher self signal and communicate for as long as there is feeling to do so. Then say, Dear name, my higher self, please give me a yes signal by rotating my head from right to left 3 times. Sit easily with your head as though it was sitting on a pivot. Don't resist any movement. Let it gently swing to the left and then back to the point of beginning. It will repeat this 3 times and your higher self signal will return. Practice this yes signal several times. When you feel comfortable with the yes signal, say, Dear name, my higher self, please give me a no signal by rotating my head from right to left once. Then relax again and allow your head to rotate to the left and return to its original position. Practice this signal several times. Each day, practice the yes and no signals by demanding the yes and then the no. Mix them up. This week is only to practice the signals for now. This week is only to practice the signals. For now, don't ask questions that are to be answered by the signals yet. Just get them strongly perfected so you can read the yes and no easily. Feel so comfortable with them that you can have no doubts about this process. If another signal comes instead of the rotating head, and if you like that signal, go with it. Your higher self may know that another type of signal is better for your physiology. Again, if you can't stand your yes or no signal, you can demand a different one. Don't, however, demand different signals just to test the process. Tests of this type do not work. It will just make you vulnerable to doubts. Throughout the week, simply be aware that your heart is opening. Trust your feelings. Act on them. Your creating formula is enlivening and empowering your heart. This is the connection to God's thought, which is all knowledge. Its input will be in the feelings of the heart. Enjoy it.
Thank you so much. So let's start with our meditation and let's let the thing unfold on its own. Let's check our posture. Our back straight, our feet firmly placed on the ground below, our hands in a comfortable resting position, our eyes closed, and let's wear a smile. Let's take a deep breath in, fill yourselves with love, feel it pulsating in your body, and ever so gently exhale it, sharing your love with the world. Inhale light. This light is dispelling all darkness within you. And as you exhale, you're sharing your inner light with the world, knowing you are the channel of love and light. Inhale understanding of your higher self, of signals, knowing the divine order is there for us. Life is going about inwards. I am God. I am in the image of God and I have God's qualities. So I am God. I am love. I am light. I am joy. I am bliss. I am all knowing awareness and intelligence. I'm divinely guided, especially by my higher self. Dearest higher self, today it's a communication day with you once again. So I block my aura from all uninvited influences by giving them love and light. Each one of you is love and light. You have nothing to be scared of or fear. You have a home to go to. I request my higher self to guide you there. I send you love, light, and blessings. Lots of peace your way. May you be healed and happy. I block my aura from all uninvited influences except my higher self. Dearest higher self, please give me the signal that I am communicating with you. That you are communicating with me. Thank you for the signal. Today, I'm claiming to enliven my heart. Help me in the process by guiding me wherever I stumble and falter, or wherever you think I need guidance. I always need your guidance. I claim now that I enliven and empower my heart to bring me my all-knowing intelligence. I know that you're always enlightening me, guiding me, and all the right information for me is coming for me in the right time. But yet, today is about enlivening and empowering my own heart. Today, I've been told I may get a signal from you for going yes in life or going no in life. Whatever my signal is, allow me by guiding me. I'm now going into my meditative pose where I will be talking to you and waiting for your guidance. I'm now going to sit comfortably with my head and spine very vertical, just as I'm guided, as straight as it can be. Dearest higher self, you've already given me signal that I am and you are in communication with each other. But now, dear higher self, please give me a yes signal by rotating my head from right to left 3 times. Dearest higher self, I'm going inwards and waiting for a signal, which would mean yes for me. Whatever it is, I await the sign. Dearest higher self, I wait for the signal. If something is meant to repeat, please repeat that signal so that I'm sure of it. Dearest higher self, please give me a no signal by rotating my head from right to left once. Whatever is my signal, allow me the knowledge. This week, I will be practicing my signals until I get them, alternating between a yes and a no. To be sure, I will not ask questions. All I will ask is signal for yes or signal for no, thereby confirming myself every time in meditative state that I am on the right path. I'm open and receptive for any signal that comes my way, any part of my body twitching, any sensation, any movement, or whatever you think is right for me. I will not test the process. I will simply abide by the inner guidance and the feeling, the sensation. I am aware that my heart is opening. I am aware that I am in the process of trusting my feelings, acting on them, and this creation formula will enliven and empower my heart because this is where the connection to God is, which is all knowledge. And it will be all about feelings from my heart, of the heart, which I am here to enjoy. Dearest higher self, thank you for always being there to guide us, to take us on an inward journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's bow down our heads in gratitude towards Mother Earth and thank her for being a generous giver, for nurturing us. Let's look at our eye level and thank our wonderful life for all the life lessons and experiences we've had, to a past, to a present, and to a future. Let's open our hands towards the universe, thanking it, thanking the Supreme Being, our God, our higher self, our universe, for guiding us in the right path. May we all go spiritually inwards and progress, finding a unique purpose of life. Thank you, divinities, for showering your blessings, angels for always curing us, and guardians for protecting us in the protection layer. We are also energized, blessed, and abundant. Let's expand our angel heart. We are love, we are light, and we are open and receptive to all the signals our higher self gives us. And so it is. Let's close our hands together, fold them together, energize them, rubbing them together. Feel the energy. Bless your conscious subconscious, especially where our higher self lives, where all the memories are there. Bless our face, our eyesight, our ear sight, our sensing skills, our spoken skills, the feeling of touch, our neck, our food pipe that takes in spiritual food and energy, our shoulders, arms, upper to lower, back, upper to lower, lower back, chest, lungs, heart, liver, intestines, gallbladder, uterus, stomach, intestines, our legs. Let's thank Nitya Shanti, Roger Lankier, most importantly, Mahavatar Babaji for channeling these beautiful learnings in our lives. Thank you, Roshni, for being the light, for bringing this book in our lives. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's share our love, light, and blessings with each other. May we spiritually evolve a bit more every day. Jayashriji, thank you for sharing your light with us. Thank you, Shelly. Thank you, Anjuji, Poonam, Radhika, Sudha, Preeti, Meenakshi, Rima, and Neha. Be blessed, my loved ones. Thank you. Thank you.